Yesterday, so I keep a log of what I do every single day, every single task I do, how much time I spend on those tasks. And then I would mark on one end to see the value I got from those tasks. And what I do is that I go through every single week. I try to every single week. So I go through and see which ones I can remove, delegate, stop, and see what drains my energy. So there's one thing. So I was going through yesterday, and I was exhausted yesterday, and yesterday drains my energy quite a bit. There's certain things you do, you love to do, it boosts up your energy, and there's certain things that you do, it drains your energy. Yesterday I was exhausted. I actually didn't get much done, and plus I was exhausted. Why? Because I spent 2-3 hours in calls with my HR department talking to employees who we caught, we believe you can imagine. Now, after that, I was really thinking about how I can not do that. And what I realized was the question I kind of asked myself was that really necessary? Because basically we have two things where we provide the evidence, we think you're cheating, and we've seen, so we track the screenshots and mouse movements and whatnot. So we have that. And the second part, them saying, no, there's all these reasons that they're not cheating hours. They actually did some work, right? And it was very kind of confrontational. It was uncomfortable, and it pretty much leaves, no matter who wins, it leaves it leaves it makes it kind of difficult. Now, how do we actually stop that from happening? I was kind of really thinking about it, and the question I asked myself is two things, right? Does it really need to have that actually correct if they actually cheat or they actually didn't cheat? And the answer is also surprisingly no. Right. So we think this way that we think of how things should be done, anything should be right, and so on. Right. To my HR manager is that it's exhausting for these things to happen. So what we do is that our new policy is that we set this policy in place. You need a certain amount of activity. You need certain amount of activity. You need to reach these goals, right? And if you didn't do it, it doesn't matter if you were cheating or do it correctly. Even though if you're working and you haven't log your hours correctly, you're not getting compensated for those hours, right? Those hours don't count. If this happens again, then you will end your contract, and it's that simple, right? So we're not saying that you're faking your hours. That doesn't matter anymore, right? What matters is that this is the way we do it in our company, and you didn't follow processes. You didn't do it this way. Please do it this way, right? And so pretty much what's going to happen is that either they were cheating or they weren't cheating. Let's say they were cheating. Now this is new policy. If they do it again, then they lose a job. Number two is that if they weren't cheating, fine. Now this is the way we do our policies, and just change the way that you work. So I believe you, I don't believe you involved is pretty much simple.